One of the main people is Bill Finley at Iowa State. X and O wise, he's a genius, and he had a lot of different play sets. So now you see that's what we do. Tom Izzo at Michigan State. When I coached at Michigan State, I watched a lot of his practices and how he energized his players and how he motivated them. And then Joanne P. McCauley at Duke. I mean, she's just a great businesswoman, great leader. Obviously, in the last one would be my mother, because I thought she was a really strong, empowered woman.
No surprise that I would say Gino Auriemma has shaped my coaching career more than anybody else. But I have certainly learned from a lot of different coaches, and I would say I've learned a lot from my own players. I mean, I'm really surprised when I look back over the years at how different groups of players that I've had have taught me different things about how to lead them or how to lead personalities or how to lead a particular team. So whether it's coaches that I've had along the way playing professionally or coaches that I've been side by side with in a USA basketball scenario, but most importantly the influences I had in my playing career, I think all of those kind of meld together and help me really think about how I want to present myself, publicly, but also privately with my girls. And I still think that that's an ever-changing thing.
My mentors go all the way back to my high school baseball coach, Andy Skirbo, who was just a hard-nosed, tough, no-nonsense baseball coach. My high school basketball coach, Richie Woods, who got after it. I think that's where I get a lot of my fieriness from, and he actually had to stop coaching after a while, but a great guy. And then my college basketball coach was Randy Gast at Concordia College, who just a man that understood how to take care of people and put people first. And so I kind of take a lot from a couple of different people and try to form who I am as a coach.
Obviously, I worked for my father for 4 years. There's so many people that I look back on, all of his assistants, to be honest with you. I really grew up in the gym, and I think back to, Eugene Burroughs and Steve Sowers and obviously they're on the men's side, but they were my big brothers, and I just really looked up to them. And I've had some really great mentors along the way as well. I mean, Coach Georges at Marist was my high school coach, and then when he got into coaching at Marist, he gave me my first job at Marist, so I'll always be thankful for that. So I'm really lucky. There's been some amazing people in my life.
My high school basketball coach, Nancy Fabiano Wojcik, played at Providence College and was an outstanding player and a tremendous role model to me on the court and off the court. Balanced work and her family life and being a mom, and just stood for a lot of positive things. And the other, I have to always, it probably sounds like a cliche or corny, but I have to mention my father, who played basketball at Brown University and has always been my mentor in athletics and in business and in life. So,
boy, I pull things from everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think for me personally, some of the biggest inspiration has been my family. With my dad and even my brother, who never let me beat him a single day on the basketball floor. I think that's where my competitiveness came from. And then, the high school coaches, college coaches that I had, getting out of college, getting out of playing the college realm, just some of the greats, the Pat Summits of the world, Vivian Stringers, John Woodens. I think you just take, as a growing coach and still learning in the profession, I think you just take whatever you can that fits and that you can mold into your style of play.
I think in my coaching career, I've been really fortunate that I've worked with two great coaches, and Terry Zay, that's at Canisius, and Jim Scheibel, that is at the University of Rochester. And I think from a basketball standpoint, they've really helped me with how to develop a program and how to create culture. And then I think, off the court, I'm lucky I have great parents, and, the youngest of 8, and, the work ethic that goes from my mom in raising so many kids, and then also with my dad. So those would probably be the two biggest influences for me leadership wise.
I grew up around a lot of coaches. My father was a minister that was very involved with FCA, so through those camps, John Lotz, who was the coach at the University of Florida at the time, was a good friend of his, and so I spent a lot of time in the University of Florida men's locker room as a little kid, and so I think that's kind of where it started. And Terry Holland was a classmate of his at Davidson College, and I really got a lot out of my time working with him, working his camps and stuff in the summer. Really had a lot of respect. So it was through working camps, guys like C.M. Newton, that really had a profound impact on me. Interestingly, I grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee from 12 years old on, and that was kind of the height of the Lady Vol era. And so I was very influenced by Pat Summitt, not only just in my appreciation for women's basketball, but after I started coaching women's basketball, I was at a Division III school in Tennessee, and so I had her very close by to lean on and talk to, and she was such a great ambassador to the game.
My college coach, Coach Sylvia Hatchell at North Carolina, who just was inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame. And so I think that every day I draw upon something that she had said or did as a coach when I was a player. And she is an inspiration. She is absolutely someone that I think I look up to, but also I'm just grateful that I was able to be around her. And, she's one of the best in the game.
The little folksy